We are live now. We're live on Facebook as well.
Are we?
Yeah.
Okay. For me, it's not showing.
Okay. So technical problem resolved. Good to see you all. Happy Thursday. Quarter
Almost
past 7 in
Friday.
Berlin. So nice to see you. Today, Vanderlei is back from his holidays.
Holidays.
Yeah, because I told everybody we gave you holidays last
Okay.
Tuesday.
Yeah, not really
Yeah,
holidays, but I wish.
yeah, exactly. So good to see you all. It's a pleasure to be here, all Kardec radio listeners. We are making this connection with America stronger. So hope you hope you are having a good day today. And today we will talking about achievements. But achievements relates to conquer. Once you want to conquer something in your life, okay? So that's the main topic today. In order to start, I will do the initial prayer. Okay, so if you can, if you want to, I invite you to close your eyes, open up your heart, make connection with superior spirits, with our mentors, asking them to send over us his blessings, filling us up with his love. Enlighten not just us, but the entire world. So be it. Amen. Okay. Okay, so as we always request, we cannot do this without your participation. So please talk to us, write in the comment box, make our life easy here because we need you. So, as I said, today's topic is about achievements, but achievements in terms of conquer. So, when we have the question I'm leaving today for everyone is when you set a goal, is different from when you set like a conquer. Like I want to conquer this or that. Let's go back to the time of Roman Empire. No, I will conquer that country. I will conquer that place. So when we talk about conquer, we basically are saying we will do everything to conquer that territory. And transferring this to our life today, do you apply the same thing in your life? When you have a goal, you don't care, and you do everything, and you do not give up until you reach what you want? Okay, Vanille, talk. I said too much, so let's leave this question open, and let's see how the guy's gonna answer us. What do you think, Vanille?
I think your point is quite interesting, Stephen, but we have to see that everything progress. We progress as a society and we progress as a spirits. So in that time, when you think about the Roman Empire, the Mongols, the conquer of Middle East or whatever, we have to remember that that's us a while ago when we were in that places. Of course, we are talking about everywhere, not only Europe. or Middle East. We're talking about Asia and everywhere because we lived in all the places around the globe. So what happens with time? That eager that we had to conquer something, once we start to develop ourselves, that kind of a strong character from us starts to get soft. So in the previous life, let's say if someone was Julius Caesar, so he want to conquer Gaul or what is France today. But after life, Julius Caesar, just using him as an example, he
Mhm.
starts to become a bit morally more developed in some cases, not all cases. So that eager starts to kind of cool down. And that happens with all of us because probably the spirit understood that I want to conquer something, but as you asked, is it worth for me? Is it worth for myself, for my spirit, to destroy everything in order to get what I want? Like, do I really have to hurt the others to get what we want? And the spirit starts to learn because in one life, he's not the one who's conquered anymore. He's the one who's been conquered. So he's going to start to feel, that's not really nice. Someone to come to my place and invade my land and destroy my family. So the spirit starts to carry on that kind of feelings on his spirit, his eternal spirit. So I believe with time we all gonna learn that conquer something doesn't work if you are making someone to suffer. That's what Kardec says in the Spirit's book.
That's good point.
You
Yeah,
know,
perfect point. Yeah.
anything that you can conquer the world if you want, but how are you going to be conquering that? Are you imposing force? Because this time of force, Joanna de Angelis explained to us that time is passed. We are in the end of this time. She explains that in several hundred years, or maybe in 100 years time, for example, we're going to use less and less force. When I mean force, I'm talking about physical force. We won't have the need to conquer anymore. We're gonna conquer with our examples. I remember, Stephen, one day I was in your house, Christmas time, a few years ago, and
Mm.
Bento said that phrase, which for is still in my mind until today. We were talking about spiritism, me and Bento. Bento is a friend of ours, and I was talking about spiritism. And Bento he's not a spiritist, but
Yeah.
he's someone which I really admire because
He's
he's
a
someone that
spiritualized person, but he's not a spiritist.
That's it. Thank you, Stephen. And he told Vanille, it's nice we are talking about spiritism, but you have to understand one thing. Words, they may reach several hearts, but once you set a good example, that example goes everywhere, trying to translate more or less what he said. Because the good example is like a wave. It goes everywhere.
Hmm.
While our words and our actions only speaks a bit. So Joanna James explained to us that in a few years' time, the example is going to be the main force for conquering and not our muscles anymore. Our eager to power. That's what sorry, I talked too much.
Yeah, and this make a kind of correlation with what we spoke last Tuesday, because last Tuesday the topic was uh, our instinct, how
Mm,
how 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 it is how it is your instinct, how you put your instinct in first reaction than anything else.
yeah,
So when sometimes and I try to believe on it. Uh, we need to, when we set a goal, when we set something, we get blind by our
yeah,
instinct
yeah, like
in
horse.
order to get what we want.
Yep.
Okay, so sometimes we hurt people and we not even notice that we hurt someone. Okay, I would say this, for example, when you want to when you want to set these. But the main point here we're talking about is what the messages you can read when you set something. In other words, is okay, I set that goal, but it's past, like, I don't know, 1 year, 2 years time, and you always doing something and you're not reaching, you are doing this, doing that. What the messages
Mm.
that the life is bringing to you? Messages such as, okay, don't give up of your goal, but change another road.
Yeah.
Okay, sometimes you need to give like one step back to get two step forward.
True.
You know, sometimes we need to work with people beside us in order to achieve what we want.
Yeah.
So, and most of the times, what we do, we don't care. That's my goal. That's I want to reach. I don't care. I will do it. Well, and the message is sometimes, is this what I want? A good thing for me? And God, the world, the benefactors are giving us messages saying, hey, think about it. I don't think you need that.
Mm.
No.
You see, Steven, you made a really good point. Sometimes the spiritist movement, people they think that if you want something which is gonna hurt the others, the spirituality will find a way to not give that to us. And in fact, it's not true. Kardec explains to us that we have our free will to do anything we want. So anything that you put energy, anything that you put effort, you may conquer, you may achieve. But anything that you conquer or achieve is with the permission of the spirits, because they understand, okay, Stephen, he wants something really bad for himself and for the others. But he's pushing, he's trying really hard, he's working 20 hours per day to get that. They don't want to give you that. They are giving these messages, as you said. Stephen, think about, rethink, are you sure? This kind of message they come to you all the time. But if you really want 100%, you're gonna get that
Yeah,
eventually.
free
If you
will.
really
They
put,
respect the free
you
will.
will. They respect your free will. But the spirits, they just hope one thing. Okay, he's gonna hurt himself and the others. But what is he gonna learn from that experience? Because we all make mistakes. So the spirits, they don't hope that we don't make mistakes. They hope that if we make the mistakes, because we will make mistakes different than the others, what we're gonna be learning from that. Because one thing you have to bear in mind, free will, it's for good and it's for bad. People they
Mhm.
think no, free will is just for good. No, it's for bad also. If it wasn't for bad, we wouldn't have so many dictators in our history. All these dictators, they were people with strong will. They were most of the time they were quite well disciplined the people. So all the energy they had, they put for that goal. I'm not saying that the goal was good. The goal was bad, clearly. If you give examples here, you guys will understand what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the huge dictators, but they had their free will. They chose to do this. But what the spirits they will expect is in the next life that he's gonna be living, what has he learned? And also the involvement, because sometimes when you're talking about myself and yourself, Stephen, I hope we weren't dictators in previous lives. We never know. But let's say that
I
most
hope
of
not.
us here, we hope not, that most of us here, we were simple people in previous lives. There was no Cleopatra here. There was no Julius Caesar among us for sure. Not for sure, I cannot guarantee, but more than likely. So we didn't do really extreme bad things in the past. And in this life also, we're not going to do extreme, huge things. When I mean huge, I'm talking about like get famous, become a president or something like this, which is okay. Because most of us, as we spoke 2 weeks ago, we are spirits in a medium level, in kind of what's the word again? In
Average spirits.
the average level. Okay, so That's good for us because we are more than likely to don't do anything hugely stupid, but we have the free will. But as you said, Steve, I like what you said. If we start to be quite stupid, life is gonna give signs to us. It's like if I take my hand here, my bare fist, and start to hit the wall. I will see blood. I will feel pain. So my body saying to me, "Hey, stop doing that. It hurts. Can't you not feel?" So life does that with us, but it's up to us to hear to this, to see these signs, to follow these signs, to hear the people around us. But we are all humans, Steve. I think sometimes we don't want to listen to people. Correct?
No,
What do you
yeah,
think?
no, no, and this makes me to remind a story. Well, there are plenty of stories what the German soldiers did with
Mhm.
the Jews during the
Yeah,
Holocaust. But this story, it's kind of very remarkable in terms of what you want for yourself.
yeah.
This is a true story called by a Jew person called Ruth. She moved to Brazil after the World War II. Her dad was killed by the Germans, and her uncle, and she went to Brazil to start a new life. And she was telling a story. She was like at the time 12 years old, and her dad succeeded in hiding her mom, herself, and her brother in a place. And when she was in a place, she saw that are another people there, and there were her neighbor, and her neighbor had three kids, two boys and one young girl. And she saw that the mom was with two boys, and she asked, "Hey, you have a baby girl. Where is she?" And then she said, "She's too young. If I bring her with me, we're gonna be caught." Then they heard the Germans get inside the place because they are, I think, underneath the floor, hiding somewhere. And they heard the Germans walking, try to find something, and the baby start to cry.
Mm.
And they listen the German shoot the baby. At that moment, that mom, at the same time, she saved the life of, I don't know. I think the story tells more than 20 people, or her or she killed her daughter.
Mhm.
This is a perfect example when we have to make a judgment call. What we need and what we want in our life. I hope we will never ever pass to this situation. I want to be in that mom place. Never,
Yeah.
never. I think today I wouldn't choose the path she chose. I don't know, but I don't have a life extreme situation here. Like it's different. But this is something we need to think. And I like this example because this gives to me and show me how, not low, but how badly I need what I want. And the question is, do you need this because it's a necessity, or because it is a superfluous?
Yeah. It's a very good point.
You know?
Yeah. I'd say, Steven, most of us, we want when we want something, we always tend to go for the superfluous because we still attached to these ideas that, especially nowadays, internet gives to us on Instagram, on TikTok, Facebook. I'm not judging these platforms. I'd say they're really good, but sometimes they give this false idea. What we need is what we don't need, really need, in fact. But we are living this time, this time, it was even said by Jesus, that these things where people, they would get lost, they would be following blind people. That time would come, and Kardec explains also that in the Genesis, the last book of his, that this time would come, and it's a natural thing to happen. The thing that sometimes people have to understand is, for us, I want to have a phone, I want to have a computer. Is that any problem according to Spiritism? No. Spiritism never said to us, okay, if you want to have a car, if you want to have a nice job, if you want to travel, or if you want to have a nice house, you don't have to sell all your things and give to the poor, as Jesus said. Because when we think about Jesus, for example, he was setting to us an example, an extreme example, that he didn't want us to learn in one life, but in several lives, in several incarnations. And that was strong because he needed to set an example, as I said. But we are not in this level yet. So once we want something, there is no problem. But then you think, I want to have that car, as Steven said. I'm gonna give all the energy for that car. So I'll be forgetting my friends, I'll be forgetting my family, I will be forgetting the spirit center or the religious group which I go. I don't care. My car, my new car is my goal for life. That's not really the way, because you're putting all your energy in something that will vanish. And when Jesus said to us that even the birds, they don't have to do anything, but they will receive their own food. There is a passage, I think Luke says that, something like this. He's trying to say to us, why you want all these useless things? You can have that, but don't put all your energy on that thing. That's something that you have to bear really in mind. If we put all our energy in these achievements, which they may not bring peace to us, they may not bring love to our life, they may not bring to us really friends, real friends. Because Jesus said also, try to make friends, because he understood that friendship, especially for us who are foreigners here in Ireland, most of us we don't have our family. I'm lucky I have two sisters here in Dublin and one sister in Malta. But I know some people they have no one. So if you just put your energy for going out and having fun instead of trying to make really good relationships with people, one day you may need those people. And what you may have, only the goal that you set, only the car that you set for your life, but that you work hard in your life. But time will pass. So I ask Stephen, as I ask myself, am I putting my coins, my energy, in what's really worth for my life, for my spirit? As I said, we all want to have a nice house, nice things. But am I putting all my energy on it and forgetting about the other things? I think for Stephen, for example, he has two beautiful daughters. Imagine if Stephen was working, only working, and forgetting about his daughters. Maybe he would get rich. Maybe he would be president of a huge company now in Europe. But maybe in 10 years' time, he's not going to have that memories that he saw his children growing. He didn't see his daughters playing with him. And maybe Stephen will get sick in 10 years' time. Let's touch the wood, Stephen. I'm just giving an example because you are here.
Hello,
And
okay.
you know, and then in mind he's gonna ask himself, I'm the president of Google, for example, Amazon, whatever, but I didn't have the time to spend with my children. Why? Because all my energy I put towards my goal. Is that what you want for you, Stephen?
Well, yeah, I think
Middle
the word is balance.
balance, yeah.
I think that's the word. We need to balance. Uh, I, I don't know. Uh, this kind of situation we are having now with the COVID lockdown, all this. Uh, for sure, people had more time to spend with the family, even though those who didn't stop while working,
Mm,
they had more time to spend with the family. I would say parents get to know their children in the other way around. Uh, we have seen a lot of cases of divorces,
yeah,
like separation, because couples were living on automatic mode. When they really stopped and had a life together, they discovered a lot of differences, a lot of known common points, and they resolved to get separated.
true.
Okay, so nobody has a crystal ball to figure out what's going to happen with us in the future, but I do believe if we try to balance everything, money is good. Of course, it's good. Money buy things. Oh, of course, of course. Who doesn't know to have a nice car, a better house, good clothes, traveling all the time, get to know the world? No, don't have any kind of needs. When you need something, you do have money to pay. So this is not something you don't want to have this kind of concerns. Of course, money is good, but money is good at the point you can leave this balanced. When you put money in front of you, then it becomes dangerous. This
Yeah,
becomes really dangerous. And then we put our instinct acting upon this.
yeah. Or forget to think.
Yeah. So, Danny, thank you, Danny, for your comment. Danny put it here. Life is about choices. Unfortunately, we can't have everything. In some point, we have to stop and choose. Sometimes we really do wrong choices. However, we always can start again and turn our life and relationships better. Okay, the live is end. Thank you very much for your participation, Mandalay. It's done. Thank you, Danny. Yeah, you nail
You
it.
finish, yeah,
That's the summary of what we are talking about here. It is exactly what you said. Now, but the question is, when you have to make a choice, do we stop and change, or we will keep, like Vanderlei say, punching the wall? You know it's hurting yourself. You know it's making you very bad, but you still keep pushing the wall. We are more in this situation than someone in the first punch hit the wall and said, "Oh, wow, okay, what I am doing wrong here." You know.
yeah.
Uh, then it keeps saying here, there's a song from a famous band in Brazil, Titans, and they say we have to show to money who is the boss. Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yeah, and a good point here. I'm in Ireland about 11 years, and I have seen a lot of people passing by to the Spirit Center, and I have seen a lot of cases. But I have seen cases, the more cases I have seen is people who had sometimes a good life, good jobs in their home country. And obviously, this is Brazil, of course. It's more of the most of the case I heard is from Brazil, but I have seen many cases from different people, different nationalities, but they have good good life. Like when they tell the story, a lot of times I said to myself, "Wow, what the heck that person is doing here in Ireland, living in a house, sharing a house with I don't know 6, 7, 8 people, resume their life in a bedroom, okay, submit themselves to have a not a lower job like a hand job, and sometimes someone working like in multinational, and they move to here. And when these people say, "I am happy now," and you truly see in the eyes of that person the happiness, that person is on the way, is building the way to achieve what they want. Remember at the beginning of our comments, our live here, I said sometimes we need to give a step back in order to give 2 steps forward. That perhaps this is kind of situation. That person, I don't know. Some people return to Brazil, they keep going, they got a, but what do you want to achieve? What do you want to have? And I'm really proud of those people who gave up of everything and changed and moved to another country. And they are happy. Danny say here, yes, I know exactly what it means. Change our life completely. Yeah, Danny. Yeah, I do believe. I do believe because somehow we did this.
Oh yeah.
Somehow who are immigrants in another country, they did this because they were not happy where they are living. Now, especially when we have our friends here from America, how many people migrate to United States, um, seeking the American dream? Some achieve, some don't.
Steven, it's nice what you said, but we see also the other side. You are saying about people who perhaps they weren't happy, they search for a new change and they tried, correct? But sometimes in life, we see those who have no choice because they're so focused in their goal, in their target, and
Mhm.
life said to you, as you said, life is giving signs, everyone is saying, and so the hurt, the blood is just dripping, and we are feeling the pain, and life said, okay, I gave too many signs to you, I brought too many people to try to say to you, slow down, step back, and you said no, and life comes and say now some people they may get sick. So many people we see they get sick, and they have no more means, no more energy to change. I think it's Emmanuel who explains to us that illness, in fact, is something good for the spirit. Because once we are sick, it's our perispirit which is sick before us. But once we are sick, in general, Emmanuel explains to us that that's the way which spirituality is trying to say to us. Slow down. You're going to have to kind of fix something here on the way. We're not going to use the word pay as we say in Portuguese, but you're going to have to learn something that's supposed to be learned a while ago, but you still didn't want to learn because of your instincts or because of your pride. Okay, but now you're gonna have to learn. You cannot go any further if you don't learn this. Then we get sick, then we lose the people that we love. Some people they become homeless, they really get crazy, and that people they lost their way. And a lot of people, when they are in that situation, it's hard for them to go back. That's why we have to try our best to don't go to that path. Try to see the first drop of blood instead of seeing blood everywhere for us to do an action, you know? And that's quite hard for us because we are very stubborn. We always want to do in our way. As you said, we want to follow our instinct. We think we are the smartest people in the world. Oh, I'm too smart. I can do that. I can do that. Now I'm learning how to drive. So sometimes I see, the other day I saw a yellow sign and I said, okay, I can go, Luckily, I said, Vanilla, slow down, slow down. You are just learning. Sometimes we have this eager, I want, I want, I want, I want. And life said, you want, but you won't have. But in general, that comes with pain. That's what we have to try to avoid, you know? Because if we don't do anything good, life will say to us, we left in your hands to take the decision. You still trying to take the wrong decision. You don't care. Now we're gonna take the decision for you. And once life does that in general, it's not really, we don't really like because
Yeah.
it's painful, you know?
And this reminded me one of the cases, Chico Xavier, the Brazilian medium.
Mm.
He was telling us. um Chico Xavier is well known because of the automatic writing letters he's giving to the moms about their children who passed away, and give some message of hope for them.
More than 400 books.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
So uh, one day he had a mom in a huge queue to talk to Chico Xavier. Okay, and when this mom reached Chico, she said to Chico, I have a son. This son, he doesn't have arms. He born without arms. I think he can't speak, and he is dependent of me. And now I just learned from the doctors they need to cut his legs. Please don't allow this to happen to my son. And then Chico Xavier mentor Emmanuel came to Emmanuel and said to him, this is happening because in the previous life, this boy tried to kill himself in different ways.
I know this case, yeah.
And now he's thinking about throwing himself from a bridge or a ramp, something, because he's suffering too much. And the way the spirits found in order to keep his alive is make the doctors cut his legs. So even though the guy didn't speak, but he was thinking about killing himself, and he was trying to kill himself. What we have, his legs. And this is what happened to us. Sometimes we want to conquer something, and we are blind, we are mute, we are armless, and we will become legless without seeing that we causing these problems to us. The 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 message today is to let you think about your goals. What I need to change, what I need to to make different. I'm not saying you need to give up your dreams. No, I'm not saying that. We are not saying this. Your dreams is your dream. There's nothing more important than your dreams. But we are telling you to rethink the ways you have built so far in order to achieve your dreams and revisit the plans you still needed to achieve in order to reach your dream. Do you agree, Vanri? That's the message today?
I agree 100% with you, Stephen. You know, the case that you said, it's a beautiful case. Of course, we know it's an extreme case, but I really get why Stephen is saying this, because the case of this boy was an extreme case, but our case maybe it's gonna be like this. I really want to, just an example. I always give it this example. Maybe I have to get a new one. But imagine if Stephen was my father, okay? And I'm 14 years old, and I really want to have a car, a really powerful car. I want to have a Ferrari, whatever. And Stephen knows that since I was small, I was always very arrogant, or I always want to try to test my limits. I always like too much speed. If Steven doesn't like me as a father, he would give me that car. Because that car for myself would be everything that I would need probably to kill myself. And it's the same with God. Sometimes we're asking something for God, and God is seen from above, other spirits. The name you, if you don't believe in God, it's okay, but you know, the spirits or the spirituality, they are seen from above and they are thinking, God, if I give that to him, he's going to destroy his life even more. Okay, I'm gonna not give anything to him or give something bitter like a remedy, because sometimes we are sick, but we don't want to take the syrup, the remedy. And the Kardec explains to us in the Gospel according to Spiritism that the remedy in general is bitter, because once you are sick, you need to get the remedy. You cannot go for the easy way anymore. So the spirits they are saying that sometimes we want things that's not going to be good for us, and they're not going to give to us. They're going to try their best to don't give that to us, of course, because as we said in the beginning, we have a free will. But as Stephen said, let's rethink. What am I doing in Dublin? What am I doing back in Brazil, United States, in Germany, whatever? Doesn't matter where I live, in Austria, whatever. What am I doing with my life? Whatever am I doing? Is it really worth? Is it really good for myself and for the others around me? Is it really good for less? If it's not, you still maybe can do that thing, but less. Moderation, balance. But if you keep doing something that yeah, everyone is saying to you, don't do it, you're gonna get hurt. So many times before, Stephen, we used to have personal conversations about things which I was doing. Stephen said, "Hey, come on, don't do it. Look at what you're doing. Look at your choices, you know." And no, I won't do it. I want to do it, Stephen. I want to do it because I'm good. I'm strong. I can do it, you know. And life come to me, and so if everyone is saying to you, "Be careful," are you sure you want to go to that direction? Be smart. Listen to the others. Of course, as Stephen said, you don't want to give up. Don't give up your dream. That's not what we want to say. But try to analyze. Because if you just analyze everything which is happening around you with your instincts and with your emotions, everyone is gonna be your enemies or your friends. Be like Kardec. Analyze everything. Doesn't matter who is saying, analyze everything. Analyze each idea and each point. If you do this with rationality, you may choose best. You know?
Yeah, 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 Vanelli. You're right. We need to, of course, we want everything good for us. There's no point. But At the same time, we need to be conscient that we need to deal with the consequences. Third law of Newton, action and reaction. So you are suffering, you are passing through problems, you have caused that you did the actions in order to suffer that time.
Even if you don't realize you did, because God is just.
And merciful,
Oh, yeah.
because sometimes he doesn't give you the same burden you have caused. He always give you a burden that you can carry on. So nobody here is suffering more than you can handle.
True.
Okay? So the point I want to bring here is, if you have this goal, if you have this dream, and you decide to go ahead, be aware that everything you do, you need to deal with the consequences. It's not God punishing you, it's not someone against you. No, it's the consequences. Like Wanderlei said, oh, I want to have a Ferrari parked in my house, 10 bedrooms house in front of the beach. I don't know. What's your dream? What is targeting to? But perhaps you need to give 100% of your time working, so you forget about life, you forget about kids, you forget about everything. That's true. But when you become old, you realize that you are not surrounded by people who loves you, but people who are eager to get your money.
Yeah.
This is
Or
just
people who are afraid about you.
just a silly example. You
You.
know, this is
Yeah.
just, this is just a silly example. And so, but you can say, oh, but if I don't decide to marry, I don't decide to have kids, I will not harm anybody. Yes, you won't harm anybody, but you will still not have time for your family, your mom, family. I'm saying mom, dad, uncle, auntie, your siblings. So you still have not time for them. And again, when you die, you don't know if that person who are supporting you at the crucial time is doing this because they are looking for get something in terms of compensation, money
Yep.
compensation from you, or because if that person loves you. We never know.
But Stephen, just one thing before because we're gonna be finishing soon. There is a spiritist doctor, Dr. Alberto Almeida. He says that a lot of times when he works in the patients in the how you call it in English in the
I see you.
ICU, yeah. Most of them, he said, he deals with a lot of rich people back in Brazil. He said all of them, none of them asked him, "Can I have one more champagne 92? Can I have another boat or another yacht? Can I have another car, another expensive jewelry?" No, most of them they asked, "Doctor, please give me one more day of life because my son, who I don't speak for over 10 years, he's coming tomorrow. Please try to make me alive for one more week in order for me to try to convince to talk to my daughter, who I hurt several years ago and now she hates me. Please, doctor, give me time to talk to the people who I love, but I didn't care." And that he was saying that's something that hurts him the most because a lot of them they are really powerful people back in Brazil. They are people who have a lot of money, a lot of power, but they don't have the love of their children. So what they did, They put all their energy to conquer the world, but they lost their soul. As Jesus said, in one of the gospel, one of the pastors of the gospel, "Fool man, you're gonna have the entire world, but you lost your soul." And sometimes that's what we do. We lose things which really matter, and things which they don't matter, we're gonna have them, but we're gonna lose them anyway because we're gonna die. We're gonna get sick. That's quite sad.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And today everybody's quiet except for Dani. She's helping us here, but everybody's quiet. So I hope you are enjoying what we are talking about. Sometimes when we talk here, doesn't doesn't make you feel good, but that's the intention. That's
Yep.
the intention, to call your attention for what you are doing. And believe, guys, this talk is more for myself and Vanderlei than anybody.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not because we are saying this we have done the job. No, 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 no. We in the middle of the hurricane, and
Yeah,
for
big
us,
time.
it's I would say is even worse because we know what to do, but we don't practice.
Yeah, we
You
know
know,
what's in the books.
yeah, exactly. We know what's in the books, but we don't apply in our lives. Then saying people are worried about level 3 probably. Yeah, Danny. Yeah, level 3, for guys you don't know. Ireland now have a kind of
Yeah.
stage from level 1 to level 5. Level 1 it's freedom. Level 5 is lockdown.
Yeah.
I think I've resumed. Yeah. So
Level 3 is nearly
and the
there.
numbers in Dublin are not good at the moment, and they are thinking. And Ireland is in level 2, and they are thinking to manage Dublin to level 3. Okay, so let's say here, Dudu. Hello, everybody. That's my first time in this live. Thank you for being with us, Dudu. It's nice to have you here. We do have our lives every Tuesday and every Thursday from 7:15 to 8:15 Irish time. Tanya, my dear Tanya, I hope Dingo is well. Reminded me of a longitudinal research study by Harvard on health and well-being, a key driver and predictor of people living longer and healthier lives was successful relationships.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it so depends. What I'm saying, like, we cannot say to someone you are doing wrong. We can't. What we can say is what you are doing or what you did to get this, you have conquered. You know? Kind of keep saying here. The surprising find is that our relationships and how happy we are in our relationship has a power influence on our heart, on our health, said Robert Waldinger, director of the study, a psychiatrist at Massachusetts General Hospital and a professor of psychiatry at the Harvard Medical School. Taking care of your body is important, but tending to your relationships is form a self-care too. Yeah. When you do good to your neighbor or to your neighbor in terms of siblings, or if you when you do good, doesn't matter to
To
whom,
anyone.
you always feel good. You always feel re-energized. You always feel happy. You always feel over the moon when you do good. And we know when we do good. We know. We know. And this good is good from your heart, not to show to everybody you're doing good. Not. I'm saying when you do good. Uh, yeah, Esteban, we cannot say to anybody you are doing wrong. We are not judges. No, we are not. We are not. We are in different levels, and different levels means different understandings, different needs, different backgrounds, different achievements, and what's right for me maybe is wrong for you and the other way around. Once we understand this, we change everything. We change how we see the world. We change how we see everybody. So, Vanderlei, you said too much today.
As usual. Talk a lot. Foi
Yeah.
mal.
I stay quiet all the time, you know. You said a lot. But thank you. At the end, we had a lot of comments here. This is very good. Thank you very much, Tanya, Dani, Mark Carlos, Dudu Fernandez. Thank you very much for your comments, for your participation in our live. Again, we are not here giving you a lesson. We try to bring here case of our daily lives in order to read this in light of the Spiritism. If you want to have a study the Spirit's book, I invite you to join our study group every Wednesday. Tanya Moore and Neide Mota, they run this study group every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Irish time. If you want, this is not open on Facebook. If you want to be part of the group, please send an email to spiritismireland@gmail.com, and they will happily send you the link to get access to the meeting room. Okay? So, no background required, no knowledge required. Like in the live, you just need to go with open heart, willing to know things or give your viewpoint and share your insights, share your experience. That's it. Okay? And as we said here previously, from 7:15 to 8:15, we do have our lives here on Facebook and YouTube. Okay.
And Sundays we have our live also at the 11:15. Did you say that?
Yeah.
Sorry.
11:15. Yeah. Every
on
Sunday
Sundays,
we
yeah.
do have. We don't put this on Kardec Radio because there are other shows running at that time. So that's why we don't put this live on Kardec Radio. But we do have these on our Facebook and our YouTube page. Okay,
And Steve,
guys.
just one more thing, because on Facebook here we get at least sometimes 3 or 4 people asking us every day, "Are you guys open?" Guys, unfortunately, we are not open yet. We don't know when we're gonna be able to open physically at the Lantern Center or somewhere else because of the COVID situation. We are really sorry about this. We know that people we want to meet people, we want to hug people, they want to have the healing and things like this. They want to meet, they want to have get books, but unfortunately we cannot open, and we don't know until when that's gonna happen. Probably until next year. So if something changes, if you have any news, we're gonna be posting on Facebook. So don't worry, okay? Just keep following our Facebook page, and everything's gonna be there.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Vanderlei, I did the initial prayer, you do the final prayer.
Okay.
Teamwork.
Yeah. So for those who feel comfortable, I would like to ask you to close your eyes, you don't want, that's fine. Let's take a deep breath. Let's remember those ones who passed away or perhaps are far away from our lives at the moment, maybe in a different country. Family and friends that we carry in our hearts. And unfortunately, we cannot touch, we cannot see them yet. Let's think about them. Let's remember the good memories we have with those people. And let's be sure that all this difficult time that we are facing now will pass. And eventually, we're going to be able to talk to those people. And for those who are not in this world anymore, we can talk, we can see them sometimes in our dreams, in our prayers. But let's make sure they didn't forget us. So let's not forget them also. Let's raise our thoughts to the good spirits who are supporting and guiding us in our journey here on earth. And let's not forget, God is merciful. So whatever is happening in your life at the moment, which may be difficult, remember, it will pass. Because God is love above everything. So be it. Thank God. Amen.
Amen. Okay, guys, thank you very much. I'll see you. Some will see you on Sunday when they're gonna give the speech Sunday,
Yep.
and for others, we will see you on Tuesday. Okay. Thank
See you
you.
guys. Take care. See you, America. See you, everyone, guys.
Erica. I hope you are okay over there, and we are keeping here up as well. Thank you very much. See you. Bye bye.
See you guys. Bye.